Yeah, there's a whole lot going on in the world right now, and I'm actually going to talk about it. Hey, what is up? How are you guys doing today? Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful day, because I might be ruining it. But honestly, hopefully everybody's having a good day. Thank you for checking out this video. Support for the channel is awesome. Apparently I'm stumbling over myself. And yeah, I decided to go ahead and come out into the garden today. I might be shooting a few videos out here because, well, I've got my meat chickens in the garage. I normally keep them in our well house, and well, honestly, it's just been a little bit creepy in there. It's dark, there's no light, there's holes in the floor, tons of brown recluse, animals, skunks, possums, armadillos, bugs more than you can imagine. You get the point. That's where I normally keep them, and I raise them from about 2 weeks old up to feather, and then I put them out after they feather. But not this time, and right now my garage is very tweedy where I normally film these videos, so they would actually be just on the other side of the camera where you guys are. So there's a lot going on in the world right now. I want to kind of focus on something that has been on my mind regarding all of this. Yeah, we got, I mean, a lot. Right now we have Team East is meeting every other day. We got China, Russia, India, North Korea, Venezuela, and again, I'm saying it again, I'm sure Cuba's in there somewhere. We just haven't heard it yet. I've been saying Cuba the whole time, and all these other countries. This is what I've been saying for years. Team West, Team East, the big picture, right? If you watch my videos, you know I really harp on that quite a bit. Right now we're seeing that big picture come together. We're seeing Team East. They're actually saying India has gone to the East team or something like that. I forget who it was, CNN or Fox or somebody. They actually publicized it as Team East. Which is a little disturbing that my theory from years ago is becoming that much of a reality. Now, also with the big, I guess it was the cabinet meeting, we had all Team West show up to the White House. The lines are drawn, the teams are picked, shit's about to go down. So with that, I guess I'm just kind of patting myself on the back a little bit that I actually got this all right, fairly specifically a long time ago. And it's scary that I got that right, because I didn't want that to be right. And this is going to be big. It's going to be big. I mostly want to focus on social unrest. You know, I bring up England. I always say, look at England. Look at other places around the world. Pay attention to Africa. Pay attention to what's going on in North Korea. Pay attention to what's going on in Finland, Greenland, the Arctic. Pay attention to all this stuff, because it's just one part of this big picture. It all is coming together right now. These are different systems. One's a socioeconomic system, and one is an institutional system. These happen separately through the history of time. And right now, we can see the social system is breaking down, and the political system and world system is breaking down as the American empire and the Western capitalism world that we live in. It's breaking down. We see it. So yes, these two systems are coming together for that perfect storm, just like I used to say. But look around. Right now, we have, I don't want to say a civil war is on the brink, but in the UK, civil war might be right there. They have been pushing that line for a couple years now. Back when farmers were throwing cow crap all over the government buildings and stuff like that. I don't even know. Most people probably didn't even see that or pay attention. But there was a huge strike with the farmers. Everybody's pissed off in the UK. And it's getting to the point where people are talking about either a coup or a civil war. One of the two. Both of them are basically kind of the same result. It's like the people aren't going to be fighting the people, but the people are going to be fighting the government. So that's very dangerous. We also have this going on in Asia. We have it going on in Russia. We have it going on in Israel. We have it going on in Australia. We have it going on in the United States. In a couple other countries out there that I'm not thinking of right now. But we have this unrest. We have this massive group of hundreds of millions of people pissed beyond what they can handle. And even when it comes to the United States, it's not only just Democrats that are pissed off that Trump's doing all this. Well, there's a lot of conservative Republicans that are pissed off that all this is going on too. People are realizing, well, Trump was full of shit, like I called it, when he was running. None of this is happening. Yes, I will give him the border and immigration. Everything else was bullshit. And hopefully, all you fine folks can see that now. That's always the case. It wasn't surprising to me at all. Obviously, I called it long before he was president, when he just started running, saying that he was going to go for a second term. And he started opening his mouth and saying all this shit. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not going to see the Epstein files. We're not going to see the JFK files. We're not going to see the drone files from New Jersey. We're not going to see all this stuff. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about the well-being of peasant people in the country. But I do think he cares about the country. And I do think he's taken a radical turn to do our best at this large conflict that's coming up. And that's about all we can do. There are no guarantees. There are no securities. There are no nothing. We're going in with our pants down, and hopefully it doesn't hurt too bad. But honestly, I think it will. But with this social unrest, I've always kind of looked at England and Europe as a proving ground for things that they want to try here. It makes sense. Smaller populations, we can control their governments to an extent. It obviously hasn't worked completely. For instance, Macron in France has really stood up to Trump and Biden. I think he's a little more friendly with Trump, but yeah. It's just craziness out there. It's just absolute craziness. And if they're trying certain things over in Europe, it's probably going to come here. And we already have all the ingredients to make the pie. We have everything in place and or active right now at this moment for this to happen. Now, is it going to be a civil war? Probably not. Probably not. I would like to hope that our society here in the United States would come to their senses before we let it get to that point, but no guarantees, no securities. So this could definitely happen. Hopefully it's just spouts out on the street. I think we're going to start seeing, just as an example, street takeovers. And we're going to have civilians trying to step in where the police cannot step in. Maybe in some of the shoplifting or something like that. And it only takes one bullet to start a revolution. One accident, one thing that was misinterpreted, anything like that. So yeah, I think this is where England is at right now. I don't think this is where the United States is at right now. But for me, right now, this is obvious that the social construction of our country in the Western civilization is breaking down significantly right now. You got to be living under a rock if you don't think so. All you got to do is turn on the news. It's everywhere, all the time. Unfortunately, anything outside of the United States, for us Americans, we don't get it. We have to go search it out, because CNN ain't going to tell you. Fox News ain't going to tell you. You know, so out of sight, out of mind. A lot of people don't think about what's going on in the rest of the world. But just recently, I mean, Indonesia was one. With Australia, though, yeah, it's crazy. And they're standing up saying, we are sick of this shit. And the whole thing is over immigration. Everybody opened their borders at the same time because of, well, probably Joe Biden. And it's probably a bigger picture. It's the WEF, it's the elites, it's the people that are actually in control that wanted to do this. But it's all happening at one time. This is crazy. I don't think, I mean, the leader of the world, currently the United States, is going to affect everybody. So when we start having these BLM riots, when we're having all this social unrest going on in our country, well, most other countries pick it up and they start doing it. Eventually, it's going to turn around. We're going to look at what other countries are doing, and it's going to come back to the US. But with Australia, they are proud Australian patriots that care about their country, that are stomping on the problem right now as civilians. The police ain't doing it, the government ain't doing it, the people are stepping up. The people are stepping up around the world, around the Western world. When it comes to the East, everybody is pretty calm. Iran is not there in a civil unrest. They have riots and protests going on right now, so I wouldn't put them into the category. But you look at North Korea, everything's normal. You look at Russia, pretty much everything's normal considering they're at war. You look at China, everything's pretty much normal. There's no riots going down the street. There's not a million people taking up Shanghai Square or Beijing Square, wherever that is. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. China did have a couple protests that got shut down really quick. They're a communist country. It's a communist government. So yeah, it ain't gonna last very long there. They put everybody in check. Here with our freedoms in the West, well, we can protest. We have our, well, England doesn't even have their First Amendment. Well, it's not even a First Amendment. They don't have their right of speech. They obviously don't have their constitution of the 10 amendments and whatever, but 1832, whatever the hell the amendments are right now. But their First Amendment, gone. Their Second Amendment, gone. So their hands are completely tied on anything they can do, and that's why they're pissed. But keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. We're gonna know. We are gonna know that moment when, let's just be generous and say half of the country says, oh shit, we better get a plan together for the security of our house and our family. We are pretty much at that point. A lot of people are going to become preppers. What's going to happen in that? Well, food's going to be gone. Trucks are going to start getting robbed. Food trucks are going to get robbed. Trains are going to get robbed. All this stuff is going to happen. So prep now. Prep while it's good. Check your supplies. Check your systems. All of your systems together. And make sure everything's good. And if you are not prepping right now, which I assume the 4 people that watch my videos are preppers, but if you come across this video and you are not prepping at the moment, please consider it for your own well-being. It's not a conservative thing, it's not a liberal thing, it's not a Proud Boys, KKK, whatever anybody wants to call it. It's an insurance policy for your life. It's an insurance policy for your family. You just have to pay it out of pocket. So pay attention to what's going on. Do your best to pay attention to what's going on around the world outside of our little American bubble. Go into some other news medias and just, especially for Russia, China, Iran, Venezuela, go to these sources, not just Associated Press or something like that, and really try to sink into their propaganda and make of it what you will, because pretty much everything is propaganda right now. Everything is just smoke and mirrors. It is digital bullshit coming through your TV and your phone by the second, every second of your life. So learn to pick through it, learn to find truth through all the fog, and search it out. Search it out. It's going to be important. It's going to give you a heads up to what might be coming here. That's the biggest thing. Do I care what's going on in Congo? Does it affect me? Does it affect my gas bill? Is it going to cause me from doing anything I want to do? No, it's not. Sure, I feel bad for lots of people that lost their life in the Congo war over there, but does it affect me? No. But if it goes from there into China, into Iran, and starts affecting Europe, which in turn starts affecting the United States, you know what I mean? So that's really hard to get that chain and put those puzzle pieces together to figure it out. A lot of my day of watching media, news, Facebook, not even really Facebook, but you know, YouTube, stuff like that, listening to people's updates, all these people that do news updates on YouTube. I'm picking it apart. I'm picking it apart. I'm like, okay, bullshit, that might be right. Let me look into that. Okay, that was actually correct. You know, and then I get my group of information and then put that into my pot and then go somewhere else. Go to Associated Press and Russia Times. Get that stuff. Put that in the pot. And I get all these things and put them in the pots, or a pot, and then what are the commonalities between them? What are close commonalities between them? Because everything's going to be skewed one way or another. Obviously, MSNBC is not going to report something the same way that Russia Times will. So kind of put that together, and that is where you start finding your answers. Dig deep, read some books, listen to audiobooks, listen to seminars, listen to the boring shit that nobody wants to listen to. That's where the meat and potatoes is. That's where the good stuff is. WEF conferences and stuff like that, World Economic Forum. There's a lot of stuff that is said in those. Now, is it all true? No. But are we going to own nothing and be happy? Yes, we are. We are there now. It's impossible to buy a home. You know, so we have all the stuff going on. I could go on for hours right now on all the shit that is going on in the world. There's a lot, and any of them deserve its own video, but I've been busy. I've been busy in the garden. I've been busy getting ready for winter, planting fall garden. I've been busy doing a lot. I am actually still not working right now, and I am working the hardest I've ever worked in my life. But it's all for a good thing. It is putting me in a better position, putting our house in a better position by doing this. So there's a lot going on. I can't cover it all, but I wanted to touch on a couple of these subjects because it's being talked about, but it's not being talked about correctly except for a few people. And there's a few people that I do follow on YouTube that think like I do. They're going down the same rabbit holes that I'm going down, and they're tapping into the same resources, maybe a little bit more because they have money and connections and stuff. I'm an introvert. I had zero connections. So yeah, but there's a couple people that are going down the same road I am, and I'm on board with that. Some of the other people, I still look at liberal social media, YouTube. I watch liberals on YouTube. I watch how they're thinking. What's the psychology going on the other side, you know, as far as the U.S. goes. And it's interesting, and I see a lot of stuff that they say, and a lot of stuff that they say is correct, that conservative media says is not. So conservative media, no, they're not 100% either. I give them both 50-50. Just basically make smart decisions now more than ever. Don't make decisions on emotions. Don't make decisions on a prepping channel or a random dude on YouTube. Be smart. Be smart. If you feel you need a prep, prep. If you feel you don't need a prep anymore and Trump's going to save the world, sell all your shit. Eat your food. Live happy. Make smart decisions right now, whatever that may be. I can't tell you what your smart decision is. I can't tell you what to prep. I can't tell you what's going to happen to you. Only you know that. Think about it. Put a plan together. Start making some stuff happen. It's almost too late. We're pushing that line a lot. So I will leave with that. I'm going to come out with a garden video on some of the stuff I've been doing. Maybe kind of some of the plans that are coming up for it. But that'll probably be one of the next few videos coming out. I might try to squeeze in another video like this or something. But yeah, hey, welcome to the garden. We're going to be here for a little bit until the chickens get out. If not, I think it's just going to be a little bit loud. So weather permitting, you can't see a lot right now, but all over here is all storm clouds. Let me show you real quick. Let me, how can I do this? There we go. Get a little spinach. Look at those storm clouds. Yeah, buddy. So yeah, got some videos coming out. Hopefully it's not gonna, well, hopefully it does rain. We're supposed to get a lot of rain today, but nothing. But it has been absolutely beautiful. 80. It's going down to 75 by the end of the week. Beautiful, beautiful. This is why I live in the Ozarks. So anyway, I will leave it with that. I do appreciate it. Thanks again for watching this video, and keep prepping, keep thinking. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Don't let your boys